My name's James Richards. I was in the Royal Marines Commandos for 4 years. Now I'm a committed Christian and following Jesus Christ. As a Christian, a big part of my faith is the death, burial and resurrection of Jesus Christ. But a specific part of that has been the burial of Jesus, because there was military personnel involved. It was a very sensitive time between the Romans and the Jews. Jesus had just been convicted improperly by a throwaway trial, and he'd been buried, but it was these soldiers placed outside the tomb's specific responsibility to keep anyone from going in or coming out of that tomb. He was buried in a tomb that was sealed by a 1 to 2 ton stone, and also had a special wax seal around the side of the stone with the emperor's mark on it. 2 pieces of ropes going out from each side. There was also a crack unit of soldiers guarding, and you're not talking about 1 or 2 blokes, you're talking about could have been up to 15 men, highly trained crack soldiers guarding this tomb. And they would have followed orders from their commanding officer to the letter. They weren't worried about what was going on with the politics. The only thing that they would have been worried about is fulfilling their orders. There was 18 punishable offences in that day, punishable by death, and one of those was abandoning your post. So at all costs, they would have guarded that place. So when I was in the Marines pride themselves on being above the normal soldier, being highly trained. And the soldiers guarding this tomb, they would have been the same. They would have been highly trained crack soldiers. Sometimes people say that these guys could have been guarding the wrong tomb, but if you think about it, that's ludicrous. These guys weren't just a bunch of blokes off Dad's army. This guy Jesus had caused such a stir that it was of utmost importance that the right tomb was guarded. So let's have a look at what we've got here. We've got a dead body, Jesus' dead body, placed inside a tomb which has been sealed with a 1 to 2 ton stone and a wax seal with the emperor's mark on it. Not only that, you've got a crack unit of commandos guarding this stone with their very lives. The only way anybody could get inside that tomb or out of that tomb is by a miracle. And having looked at that evidence, that's the only conclusion that I've come to. And it's not just because of the cold hard evidence I know that, but I also know that Jesus is alive because he showed up in my life and changed my life today.